Leadership lessons from Lord Krishna. Krishna was the main character of Mahabharata. Krishna, the son of Vasudeva and Devaki, was the eighth avatar of Lord Vishnu. Krishna took part in the battle of Kurukshetra from Pandava's side, not as a warrior but as an advisor. He managed all events in such a manner that the ultimate result was to the greater good of the humanity. If you see from management perspective, Lord Krishna is a leader, teacher and strategist par excellence. Lesson 1. Strategist. Krishna was a strategist par excellence, whose strategies no one could anticipate, even remotely. The Pandavas got immensely benefited by Krishna's out-of-the-box strategies at every critical moment of the battle. Krishna brought Shikhandi, half-man, before Bhishma. Bhishma, knowing the past of Shikhandi, put down his weapons. Taking advantage of this situation, Arjuna beat the mighty Bhishma. Again, when the balance was shifting towards Kauravas, Krishna brought the mighty Ghatotkacha, son of Bhima, to the battlefield. Ghatotkacha created havoc in the Kauravas army using his power of illusion. Ghatotkacha was so powerful that nobody from Kauravas army could stand against him. Ultimately, Duryodhana made Karna to use its most powerful weapon, Shakti Astra, which he had saved to kill Arjuna, to kill him. Though Ghatotkacha was killed, but Krishna saved Arjuna from Karna's deadly weapon. Learning 1. It's the well-articulated strategies, not the military strength, that wins you battles. 2. Operational efficiency is about doing things right, strategy is about doing the right things. 3. Even the biggest firm can be beaten with well-crafted and properly executed strategies. 4. Successful strategies are often short-lived, so managers should constantly look for new opportunities. Lesson 2. Always have a long-term planning. Krishna knew that Karna had acquired the divine weapon, Shakti Astra, from Indra just to kill Arjuna. So, he ensured that Arjuna don't come in front of Karna, till he had that weapon. Then he brought the mighty Ghatotkacha in the battlefield, who created havoc in Kauravas army. Ultimately, on Duryodhana's insistence, Karna had to use the Shakti Astra to kill Ghatotkacha. Thus, Krishna saved Arjuna by sacrificing Ghatotkacha. Learning 1. A leader should always have a long-term plan for the organization. If required, he must be ready to sacrifice some short-term gains for long-term benefit. 2. Successful leaders not only plan for future but execute it with perfection. Lesson 3. Target opponent's weakness. How to attack on opponent's weakness is an art one can learn from Krishna. Krishna brought Shikhandi, half-man, before Bhishma to beat him. Krishna convinced Dharmaraj Yudhishthira to speak half-truth to overcome the invincible Dronacharya. Yudhishthira told Dronacharya that Ashwathama was killed. Actually, Bhima had killed an elephant named Ashwathama. Hearing about his son's death, Dronacharya lost interest in life and sat in meditation in the battlefield itself. Taking advantage of this situation, Drishnam killed the weaponless Dronacharya. Learning 1. Successful leaders identify the weakness of their competitor and attack them when they are most vulnerable. 2. We have strengths and weakness both, so does our competitors also. If we are able to sell our strengths against competitors' weakness, then we are more likely to win. Lesson 4. Optimum utilization of resources. Kauravas were much stronger than the Pandavas, both in physical strength and skills. Pandavas had only 7 divisions of army against 11 divisions of Kauravas. The Kauravas had warriors like Ashwathama and Bhishma who were immortals. They also had supremely talented warriors like Dronacharya, Kripacharya, Duryodhana and Karna. Still, Krishna's ability to use the available resources tactfully ensured that Pandavas win the battle. Learning 1. A corporate leader is expected to use organization's resources, including the human resource, in the most efficient manner. 2. Organization's resources are limited and every department wants to have maximum out of it. So, manager must share it in such a way that nobody feel injustice or ignored. Lesson 5. Help people identify their true potential. The greatest warrior Arjuna lost his motivation to fight the battle on very first day as he saw his friends and family members as opponents. He dropped his weapons in despair. At this precise moment, Krishna gave Arjuna the Gita discourse. It helped Arjuna realize his true potential. Arjuna recovered, strengthened his mental resolve, and decided to fight the battle. Learning 1. The greatest role of a corporate leader is to identify the true potential of his subordinates and help them grow professionally. 2. Every individual is unique in their own way. Job of a leader is to make them realize this. Lesson 6. Problem solver. Krishna's greatest positive was that he was always accessible and available to all. Whether it was friend Sudama's financial problem or the shameful incident of Draupadi's Vastraharan in Hastinapur court, Krishna was always there to help those who believed in him. Learning. 1. True leader always remains accessible to their employee. 2. Corporate leaders must be able and willing to solve problems of their employees. 3. Organization's ability to solve customers' problem determines its future. Lesson 7. Willingness to come out of comfort zone. Krishna realized that Jarasandha would not allow them to settle down peacefully in their kingdom Mathura. So, he decided to leave Mathura and settled in Dwarika for the safety of his people. Dwarika was an island, so it was naturally protected from any external attack. Learning. 1. Comfort zone is a beautiful place, but nothing grows there. You have to be uncomfortable if you want to succeed in life. 2. Business leaders must be willing to come out of the comfort zone whenever the market dynamics change. 3. Good organization embrace the change, great organization brings the change. Lesson 8. Show right direction. The battle between Bhima and Jarasandha fought for days, matching each other. Bhima killed Jarasandha multiple times and separated his body into two halves. But every time Jarasandha's body miraculously rejoined. Frustrated, Bhima looked up to Lord Krishna for guidance. Krishna, who knew the story of Jarasandha's birth, picked up a stick, broke it in two halves and threw them in opposite directions. Bhima then split Jarasandha's body into two halves and threw it in opposite directions, thus killing him. Learning. 1. A leader is one who knows the way, goes the way and shows the way. 2. Managers must be able to show right direction to their employee. 3. Leadership is about following the right path and showing others the right way without being influenced in the wrong way. Lesson 9. Contingency strategy. Krishna believed in the capabilities of Karna. So, he tried to convince him to join the Pandavas as the eldest son of Kunti. But Karna, being man of words, refused it and decided to remain loyal to Duryodhana. Knowing the fact that Karna can be a threat for Arjuna, Krishna adopted another plan. He approached Lord Indra and asked him to take away body armor Kavach and Kundal from Karna, thereby taking away his strength, so that he can be killed easily. Learning. 1. Having only one strategy is as good as having no strategy. 2. Having contingency strategy means less fumbling, less damage and quick response. 3. A successful leaders have multiple plans for every future scenario. So, if plan A doesn't work, there is plan B also. Lesson 10. Create uniform vision. The army of Kauravas was much bigger than Pandava's army. Still, they lost the battle as they lacked a common vision. For instance, Bhishma, Dronacharya and Kripacharya were fighting for Duryodhana out of their loyalty towards Hastinapur. Similarly, Karna was with him just because he was indebted by his friendship. Very few individuals like Dushasana were fighting wholeheartedly for Duryodhana. So, there is no surprise that he lost the battle. On the other side, Pandavas were better as a team. Krishna created a common vision among all the warriors on their side that victory of Pandavas was a victory of truth and dharma. As a result, they could beat the Kauravas easily. Learning. 1. Having a compelling vision is what keeps you going when the going gets tough. 2. Leaders must be able to create a shared vision that shapes the way forward for their employees. 3. Effective leaders create a vision that others support with hands and minds. Lesson 11. Build strong team. The biggest reason for Kauravas' defeat can be attributed to their inability to get connected and work as a team. Most of the warriors in their army were fighting their individual battles rather than fighting for a common cause. On the other side, Pandavas were fewer in number, but they were better as a team led by Krishna. Learning. 1. The corporate leader must understand that the team is more than finding a group of people. 2. Productive team is created in the atmosphere of mutual trust and respect. Lesson 12. Fair and impartial. Krishna never differentiated between people based on their upbringing, caste or stature in society. He loved them all equally. Krishna was a king, but it didn't affect his friendship with poor Sudama. Krishna's sympathies and support were always with the Pandavas, who were always ill-treated by Dhritarashtra. Still, he allowed Duryodhana to make settlement with Pandavas for the betterment of society. At the time of war also he gave fair chance to Duryodhana to choose between him and his Narayani Sena. Learning 1. Your ability to see the outside world without filtration like birthplace, culture, caste, faith, or education makes you a great leader. 2. Managers must avoid any form of discrimination at workplace. Lesson 13. Situational leadership. Krishna teaches us the importance of being a situational leader rather than following same leadership style rigidly. On the first day of the war itself, Arjuna broke down and said that he cannot fight against his friends and relatives. At that time, Krishna used persuasive style of leadership to motivate Arjuna to fight by giving Gita discourse. Arjuna once again broke down while fighting against Bhishma. This time Krishna didn't give him any moral lesson, rather he himself took Sudarshan Chakra. Seeing it, Arjuna felt ashamed and asked for forgiveness from Krishna. After this incident, Arjuna fought courageously throughout the war. Learning 1. No leadership style is perfect. But the ability to decide which style of leadership to use in a particular situation differentiates a great leader from an average one. 2. Managers should use different motivators tactfully to get the work done from their employees. Lesson 14. Motivator. As a Sarathi, Krishna was a constant source of guidance and inspiration for Arjuna. Whenever Arjuna struggled to focus, Krishna showed him right direction with his knowledge and wisdom. Krishna's mentorship and guidance played a vital role in Pandavas' victory over Kauravas. Learning 1. A leader is one who removes our doubts, provides direction, and most importantly pushes us. 2. A good leader can boost employees' morale by his words only. 3. In today's morally ambiguous world, everyone comes across a situation where he loses hope. But having a good leader in such situation can do wonders. Lesson 15. Crisis Manager. Krishna helped Bhima kill the mighty Jarasandha. Similarly, whether it was Vastraharan of Draupadi or helping Arjuna to kill Jayadratha, Krishna turned out to be the real savior for Pandavas in every critical situation. Learning 1. A corporate leader should be able to foresee the crisis and take precautionary measures to avoid any negative consequences of it. 2. Effective leaders don't wait till the crisis hit, rather they avoid it through advanced planning. Lesson 16. Mentor. Even though Arjuna was the greatest warrior, he used to fall into traps. So, at the time of Kurukshetra war, he asked Krishna to become his Sarathi. Krishna, like a true Sarathi, helped Arjuna at every roadblock throughout the battle. If Duryodhana also had a mentor like Krishna instead of a selfish person like Shakuni, history could have been completely different. Learning 1. Manager can play a vital role in channelizing employees' energy in right direction with effective mentoring. 2. True leader helps his subordinates in developing their careers. Lesson 17. Negotiator. Krishna was the ambassador of the Pandavas in Kauravas' court. He used all his skills to avoid the war. But, deep inside his heart, he wanted the war to happen so that good can prevail over the evil. So, he negotiated in a way that nobody blamed Pandavas for the war. Learning 1. Negotiation is a core leadership and management skill. Every company today exists in a complex web of relationships which is formed through effective negotiations. 2. Effective leader succeeds through negotiation, not by fighting. 3. Negotiation is not to trick the other side. It's more about creating win-win situation. 4. Effective leader smartly generates feeling of hope, fears and risk in opponent while negotiating. Lesson 18. Tolerance. Krishna showed tremendous tolerance and ability to withstand pressure. He tolerated Shishupal's misbehavior 100 times before showing his strength and killing him. Learning 1. Manager must have a certain degree of tolerance towards mistakes of their subordinate, especially when they are willing to learn. 2. Leader must remain calm and composed while making crucial business decisions.